Hey everybody, hope you're doing well. This is Living History 66, and sorry for the lack of videos. I actually got married September 26th and went on a honeymoon, and after that just been busy with work and projects, which is what I have here for you guys today. I had a collection of letters from Private First Class Sgt Ray Wright. There's his serial number. And he was from C Company of the 720th Military Police Battalion. And there is the insignia. I'm not sure if these guys were soldiers of the gauntlet or just called the gauntlet, but you can see that there's an armored gauntlet right there holding a little cartoon devil. And underneath their motto, I believe, orderly regulation. So what I did was I went out, I had these letters. They were all folded up in their envelopes, if they had envelopes, and they were all stuffed into a sandwich bag. And I finally went through, and this is what I have after a few weeks of work. I got this nice leather binder, 12 by 12 album, and went through, put some black cardstock behind the letters, just so it really pops. But right here, just a cover letter. This is a collection of 25 letters from Private First Class Sgt Ray Wright of Company C in the 720th Military Police Battalion to his mother, Grace D. Wright, RFD number 1 in Clifton Forge, Virginia. These letters follow him from New Guinea to Manila in the Philippines to Tokyo, Japan, and span from December 27, 1942 to August 26, 1945. And starting with the first page, this is what I have done with the originals. I wanted to be able to read them, and I wanted other people to be able to read them if they were interested, but without having the trouble of trying to read old cursive, because I'm not sure how many people are too keen on reading old cursive. Luckily, his handwriting was pretty neat, and it was pretty easy to decipher. So what I did was I took the original letter, put it here on the left side, and went through and wrote the letter here, typed it up, printed it out on some nice paper. And, yeah. I actually got this inspiration from Keep 'em Rollin', so thank you for that. He ended up doing something similar with his World War II letters. So, thank you for the inspiration for that. I've been, meaning to present these in a respectable manner, like they deserve. So, if we want, we can dive in here and start reading some of these letters, because these are pretty cool. The first one here is December 27th, 1942. It is the first letter in the collection, and it reads, "Dearest Mother, received a letter from you today. I was sure glad to get it and to know you were all right. I have also received the package with the fruit cake and cigs. The cake was just fine. The cigs came in good too. Well, it didn't seem much like Christmas this year. It was very hot and rained all day. The rainy season is just starting over here, which will last for a good while. So someone called me up the other day, and I went out to see him, and it was Talby, the guy that married Edith Mays from Salina. He is just about 5 miles away from me, and I see him nearly every day now. I'm riding a motorcycle now. Well, I have been for the last 3 months. Better know as a traffic cop. If you don't get many letters from me, keep writing and let me know how you are. Everything is okay. Your son, Ray." So, a lot of these letters are from New Guinea, which the 720th, from what I gathered, when I believe they left from California to Australia, stayed in Australia for a bit, went up to New Guinea, through the Philippines, and then eventually into Japan after they surrendered. Some of these do have envelopes. Some of them don't. Some of them were just folded up. So if they do have an envelope, they were either placed here or placed with the copy, just to kind of keep them together. This one is dated August 4th, 1943, somewhere in New Guinea. "Dearest Mother, I received one of your letters yesterday. I was very glad to get it and to know that you are feeling well. I guess it has been pretty hot there this summer, and I'm quite sure I can top you in the heat that we've had here. It was also plenty hot last winter when I was in Australia. I'm getting along just fine and feeling very good. I've been working at night for a while now. Yes, I intend to save most all my money while I'm up here. I have no need for it except for a few little things we can get at the post exchange now and then. I'm sending $50 this time, and you can do whatever you think best. You can put it in the bank on saving or any other thing you want, but be sure, and don't buy any war bonds. I don't want to fool with them. Tell Allie I hope she gotten the answer to her last letter by now. How is Leo and Lily getting along? Fine, I hope. Tell him he is just as well off not to be in the army. It gets pretty rough at times. Have you heard from Ollie lately? How does he like the army by now? And if you ever see Bill, tell him to answer my letter. How is he getting along? What kind of school is he going to? I guess he will go right on up. The Air Corps have all the ratings. Well, I guess this is all for this time, except tell RB to be a good boy. I guess he will be starting school before long. Tell Sis and Benny I said hello. Write soon. Your son, Ray. Next letter, dated March 6, 1944, somewhere in New Guinea. Dearest Mother, I received a letter from you yesterday. I was very glad to get it and to know you are feeling well. I am feeling just fine and getting along very good. Yes, the mail seems to be a little slow for some reason. It takes longer for your mail to get here. I hope you have received those pictures by now. I had to send a couple to some other people. This one may seem a little odd for New Guinea, but we get around. These two girls were with John Wayne. You know him. He is a movie star. They put on a show for us here, and we had quite an enjoyable day. That is my motorcycle she is sitting on. They put on a very nice show for the troops. I got a letter from Dot in Richmond, and she told me that she had called you several times. I heard from her real often. Well, I guess this is all, except tell all I said hello. Write soon. Your son, Ray. Now, some of these, he pretty much just talks. It would be really nice to get the letters from his mother to kind of, piece together what they were talking about. Because right here, I'm just going to skip over a few of these because not all of these are super exciting. Clippings of the fire must have destroyed a lot, $250,000 in damage. That one's pretty interesting. September of 1944, we're kind of getting into the later years of the war here. Most of these are, when he was in New Guinea, they just tell how the weather is. Sure, glad to get it. Know you well. Have a few of those cool days here. It really gets hot over here. And he also talks a lot about not knowing when he's going to be home and how other men have been getting sent home and whatnot. Won't be long before I get home. Some of our boys are supposed to leave today. Captain Beams, I think is what I got. I think Captain, it looks like BEI, maybe MS, I'm not sure. I couldn't really, that was my best guess. But it mentions him. Pretty much just life back at home. Someone's getting married, and how is this person? This one's kind of cool. Every now and then our company gets a watch to sell to the men, the draw names, and I happen to win it. It cost me around $56. This is somewhere in New Guinea, dated October 17th, 1944. It cost me around $56, and it sure is a beautiful watch. It's waterproof and shockproof, and I'm going to sell one of them, but I just don't know which one yet. The one you sent is just fine and has been running from the day I got it. Had to have it regulated once, and I haven't yet got my ring, but been looking for it. And he also talks, his mother must have been moving. Talks a couple times about selling the house by the creek. How much did you get for it? I'm glad you're moving. Moving in the spring would be a good idea. He must have switched companies on this one. 2 days before Christmas, 1944. I'm still away from my company. I've been gone 2 weeks today, and I'm staying with a company of the battalion. I expect to be gone for another month. I'll be glad when I get back and can get your mail and my Christmas packages. We have a few men out of C Company, so I've been cutting in on their Christmas packages. Remember the picture of the little fat guy on the motorcycle that I sent you? Well, he is here. Also another boy I went on furlough with. Oh, yep, this one too. One of the officers in the company showed me a bulletin that came from C Company yesterday, and it said that I've been made sergeant, and they have made me, or they made me since I've been gone. So, oh, that's my cat. So, yeah, just moving in the spring right here. Promotion will give me around $100 a month, but I won't need it all, so I'm sending some home. So there's a lot of letters from 1945. I believe he enlisted, if I remember correctly, in August of 1942, I believe is what the internet told me. Talking about Christmas, January 1945. Pretty busy. Party on Sunday afternoon, had a good time. There's one, he says he's holding a monkey in New Guinea. He's like, oh, I sent one of the pictures of me holding, yes, that's a monkey I'm holding. Let's see. So one of his friends got discharged from the Army on account of his health. I was really sorry to hear it. Let's see, I'm not, maybe before long we can all be together again. From the looks of things, I should be home in a few months. That's in March. And if we skip ahead, let's see, he talks about furlough in this one. I don't think I could stand the thought of coming back. I could come home now on a 30-day furlough, but I would rather wait a while longer, and maybe when I get back I can stay. This one right here, May 20th, 1945. Says, I am sorry for not writing you sooner, but I have been pretty busy and just kept putting it off, and I received your letter of May 9th yesterday and was very glad to get it and to know you are well. I also received my shoes a couple days ago. They are just fine. They are just what I wanted. Yes, I guess there was quite a celebration there where Germany gave up. I'm waiting for this side to fold up. Maybe it won't be much longer. I sure wish I could be among the ones to get discharged. I've had enough of this army. Really cool letter mentioning the surrender of Germany in this one. Let's see, that one, pretty short one right there, sending money home. We're getting closer to the one of the coolest letters in this collection. Yes, there's been several boys left to go home. I suppose they will be discharged just as soon as they get back. Let's see here. Still raining. I think this was still in the Philippines. We still have quite a few parties. A bunch of us boys built a club, and we really enjoy it. It's a little something anyway. A little something different. Raining here, and I guess we will have about 3 months of it, and it is really bad, too. Yep, right here. I received the pictures okay. I was sure glad to get them. Any more you have, you can send them too. Here are a few of myself taken on Sunday. That is a monkey I am holding where I am kneeling down. I thought that was pretty cool. Yep, that's more in the Philippines. This one is in Manila. And he talks about, in the second paragraph, says, well, this place sure is a ruined site. Every building of any size has been completely ruined, and I haven't even seen a third of it. But I want to the first chance I get. Talks about the locals being nice. They treat us, the MPs, as if we were their own sons. They keep us pretty, and it also keeps us busy trying to keep things straight. The weather here is much hotter than New Guinea, and at least in New Guinea it got cool at night, but here it is just hot all the time. And this one right here is probably the, well, in my opinion, the coolest letter in this collection, because this one is a 2-page letter, I believe, and it is sent from Tokyo, Japan, August 13th, 1945. And the reason I think it is so cool, not only was it sent from Tokyo, just what he talks about in here. It says, Dearest Mother, while we are finally here, everything is going pretty smooth. We have been in Japan for 4 days now, but we've been traveling by road. Moving and everything kept us pretty busy. We are right now in Tokyo, just a little ways from the Imperial Palace, and that is some place too. Outside of us, there are very few troops here. I guess in a couple days there will be plenty. We just got our camp set up, and I'm really tired too. We had to move in tents for a few days until we can disinfect the buildings. We are going to move into an old Jap army camp, and it should be pretty nice. At first the Japs were a little shy, but now they salute us and bow when we go by. And the little children were scared, but now they are beginning to wave and bellow at us. What I've seen of Tokyo is a beautiful place. I mean, they had all the modern fixtures. The air raids didn't hurt anything but the industrial section. They really played, I don't know if this is Morse code for something, but it says they really played the underscore dot underscore with them. So, still looking that up. I guess this is about all for this time. I will write more soon when I am not so tired. I haven't heard anything more about coming home, but still expect to make it within the next month or so. Tell all I said hello and write soon. And there's a little P.S. here underneath his signature. It says, we docked at Yokohama, Japan, and by road from there to Tokyo. So, pretty cool stuff. And yes, this one's pretty cool too. August 20th, 1945. I guess there was a lot of celebrating about the war being over. There's been a lot here which kept us pretty busy. Some of the Japanese are here in Manila now, and I thought maybe I might get home, but it looks as though I'll have to make another trip. We expect to leave soon, so if my mail slows up again, don't be worried. You can just keep writing to this APO. So mentions the end of the war there. This is a 2-page letter. So that's pretty cool. I just like that. There's been a lot of celebrating here, which has kept us pretty busy trying to keep everything in order. And the last letter that we have here in order is August 26th of 1945. And it reads, My dearest mother, I hope this letter finds you well and feeling fine. We have been on the move, so I haven't heard from you in a few days now. I don't suppose we will be here long enough for my mail to catch up with me. That APO is someplace that I don't know. Maybe my mail will be forwarded from APO 75 there. We just stopped for a few days. Right now we are camped in the middle of a sugarcane field. It's pretty rough, too. I hope something breaks before long. You can tell Sis that I finally got her package. The cake wasn't any good, but the sausage was very good. I don't know what kept them so long from getting here. Well, from now on you can address my letters as First Sergeant. Our old First Sergeant went home on points, so the orders came through on me today. Yes, we had quite a few boys to go home the other day. We got a lot of new men, and I don't know any of them. It's not like it was when you know everybody, and had been with them for 3 years. Of course, there are a few of us left, but not many. Well, it's getting late, and I have a few things to do before I go to bed, so I will close for this time. Tell all hello, and write soon, your son, Ray. And that is the last letter in this collection that I have. That was one or two, I think it was 2 pages there. And it was also sent with, this was in the envelope too. To families of servicemen, if your son, husband, or brother makes the decision to join the regular army, we want you to understand the sound reasons behind his choice. And what about the future? Pretty cool, the Army Recruiting Service. I believe this is October of 1945. And change schedule for mailing family allowance and Class E paychecks. So that was pretty cool, neat little find there in this envelope, which is right there. And some of these have like a little seal. It says open by, and it has the name of the investigator who opened up the mail and whatnot. So yeah, so a very cool collection here. I'm happy to finally just, be able to get it somewhere where I can display it, like it deserves to be. And, put it up on the shelf once I get, an actual war room going and whatnot. Hopefully we'll be looking at houses here before long, and I'll be able to have a real military man cave. But I think this will look great as a display piece too, a nice conversation piece. But yep, so that is what I've been up to. I also have a patch project that I've been working on with my shadow box, and I have, I think, only 11 patches missing now for World War II infantry divisions. So that's coming along. That'll be another video on its own. But yeah, I want to thank you guys so much for subscribing and for watching and just helping my channel grow, especially recently. But I do promise that there will be more videos in the near future, now that I have all the craziness of the wedding and everything all done. So again, thank you guys so much, and we'll catch you in the next video.